Eutelsat SA is a French-based satellite provider, providing coverage over the entire European continent, as well as the Middle East, Africa, India and significant parts of Asia and the Americas. It is one of the world's three leading satellite operators in terms of revenues. Eutelsat's satellites are used for broadcasting 5,800 television stations, of which 600 are in HD, and 1,100 radio stations to over 250 million cable and satellite homes. They also serve requirements for TV contribution services, corporate networks, mobile communications, internet backbone connectivity and broadband access for terrestrial, maritime and in-flight applications. Eutelsat is headquartered in Paris. Eutelsat Communications Chairman and Chief Executive Officer is currently Michel de Rosen. However, Eutelsat announced on October 19, 2015 that Rodolphe Belmer, CEO of Group Canal+, will succeed de Rosen as a CEO on March 1, 2016. Its main craft have traditionally operated from 4 positions, each separated by 3 degrees of the Clark Belt 7, 10, 13 and 16 degrees east, although more positions are now operated. History. The European Telecommunications Satellite Organization was originally set up in 1977 as an intergovernmental organization to develop and operate a satellite-based telecommunications infrastructure for Europe. In 1982, Eutelsat decided to start operations of its first TV channel on the orbital test satellite in cooperation with the ESA. This was the first satellite-based direct-to-home TV channel launched in Europe. In 1983, Eutelsat launched its first satellite to be used for telecommunications and TV distribution, initially established to address satellite telecommunications demand in Western Europe. Eutelsat rapidly developed its infrastructure to expand coverage to additional services and markets, such as Central and Eastern Europe in 1989, and the Middle East, the African continent, and large parts of Asia and the Americas from the 1990s. Eutelsat was the first satellite operator in Europe to broadcast television channels direct to home. It developed its premium neighborhood of 5 Hotbird satellites in the mid-1990s to offer capacity that would be able to attract hundreds of channels to the same orbital location, appealing to widespread audiences for consumer satellite TV. With the general liberalization of the telecommunications sector in Europe, the IGO's operations and activities were transferred to a private company called Eutelsat SA. In July 2001. In April 2005, the principal shareholders of Eutelsat SA grouped their investment in a new entity, which is now the holding company of the group, owning 95.2% of Eutelsat SA. On October 6, 2005, currently it owns 96.0% of Eutelsat SA. On January 2, Eutelsat Communications announced closure of the transaction to acquire 100% of the share capital of Satellites Mexicanos S.A. This EV, having obtained all required government and regulatory approvals. As previously communicated, the transaction amounts to $831 million. Based in Mexico, SatMex operates 3 satellites at contiguous positions, 113 degrees west, 114.9 degrees west and 116.8 degrees west that cover 90% of the population of the Americas. Services. Satellites. Eutelsat commercializes capacity on 38 satellites located in geosynchronous orbit between 116 degrees west and 172 degrees east. On 1 March 2012, Eutelsat changed the names of its satellites. The group's satellites mostly take the Eutelsat name, with the relevant figure for their orbital position and a letter indicating their order of arrival at that position. On 21 May 2014, Eutelsat Americas aligned its satellite names with the Eutelsat brand. Planned future satellites rented capacity. Former satellites bibliography. Guy Lebug, Eutelsat 2. OK for west to east service. In Review Aerospatial, N. Degree 73, November 1990.